Hey, what's going on, guys? Today I'm going to show you how to set up a barbell hip thrust and not look awkward. And this is mainly if your gym does not have a hip thrust set up already, or like the machine, or you just want to learn how to set up the barbell properly. This is your video. It's going to be just super sweet and simple. What we started with is grabbing these blocks. So I have a 12-inch block and on top of it a 3-inch block, okay? Because the ideal height for a hip thrust is about 14 inches. And most gyms usually have a 12 and a 3. You can also use a bench. It's a little bit high, but sometimes it works and you just gotta kind of leverage yourself up there to get started. But find your boxes in your gym and take it to the place where you plan on doing your hip thrust. A couple things you'll also need besides the barbell and the weight plates is this barbell pad, and your gym might have this too, but I just like to have my own. And a lot of times a band, because it just adds a little something to the hip thrust. If you want to do some banded versions, I like to have my own. So now I'll show you how to get the barbell ready to go. If you don't have something to set it up with, we'll just do it on the floor. So I'm going to carefully grab this barbell close to my body with a strong core and control. I'm going to leverage it all the way down to the floor and place it where I want to. You see how I'm kind of using my butt to lower that down? You always want to bend by breaking at your hips, because a lot of people rush to set up and end up like rounding their back and hurting themselves. We don't want to do that. So same idea when you get your weight plates. So I'll start with a 45. When I grab this, I'm going to bend at my hips, engage my core to get that weight plate off. Now, setting it up on the barbell, putting the weight plate on is a skill that you get better with time, but you kind of figure out how to do it a little bit more efficiently as you go. But I'm telling you, don't be afraid to look silly, to look awkward at first when you're putting on the weight plates, because it's gonna happen. And you kind of learn the right angle to thread the weight plate in the barbell. So I'll get it on the top and then I'll just squat it down on one side and just lead it in like that. Get your barbell clip it on. Now our first side is secure. We'll do the second side. 45 plates are the easiest because they are high enough so you can get your body underneath for the hip thrust. Some gyms might also have 25-pound bumper plates or 10-pound bumper plates if you need to start with a little bit less weight. But I would say if you're not at this weight yet, do some dumbbell work for a while, or have somebody help you lift the weight on and off your hips so you can get up under there. Here's my other 45. I'm gonna get down onto my hands and knees, almost kneeling, I should say. Grab the barbell, thread it on the end. Then I'll stand on one side, grab the weight plate, and just lead it all the way on there. That is simply it. Make sure you clip it so you don't fall. Bada bing, bada boom. We are clipped in, and now we're ready to start our movement. The barbell, I'll show you how to put the band on first. You know how to do this. But for argument's sake, put it up over your knees. Sit down onto the floor. Make sure you have the barbell pad facing up. So the part where the bar is showing is the correct way. Then you just take your hands, get your feet in as close as you can. Take your elbows onto the block or bench. With an exhale, push through your feet, push through your elbows, and prop it up so that your shoulder blades are on the bench. Your feet are going to be underneath your knees at the top of the movement. You stay locked in from your shoulder blades to the crown of your head. Stay sturdy and looking forward. If there's a mirror, literally look at yourself. So that part doesn't move. What you're thinking of moving is the hips. Hinging your hips down as low as you can, a full hip thrust, the weight plates tap the floor, and then push through your heels. I even like to pull my toes up and squeeze, but don't just squeeze at the top without thinking of tucking your hips under. You squeeze and tuck. So the hip bones, think of rolling up towards your rib cage and think of narrowing your rib cage down, like shortening the core, tucking and squeezing your butt under. And at the top, your hands should be like pushing the barbell down away from you, locking it out. So you're thinking of squeezing your butt and pushing the knees out into the band. If you are using a band, again, I'm looking forward. Now I'm gonna just lower, lower, lower. You see how this all is in my hips? All the way down as low as I can. And then come back up, tuck, 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 tuck. Squeeze your butt. Make sure you have that mind-muscle connection. And then lower back down. Perfect. So you would do that for the recommended amount of sets. The hip thrust, go for that burn. You will feel that booty burn by the end of it. And that's how you know you're doing the right weight. Now we show you how to get it off. So I'm gonna kick off my band. Again, these setups and takedowns do feel awkward at first. You just have to accept the awkwardness. Bend at the hips, undo your clip on one side, and then I just take the weight plate in a crouch position and you just let the barbell fall. It's gonna make a noise, it's fine. Pull it off, it goes to the floor. Now with care, use your hips to put away that weight plate. Then this is another trick. On this side, once you take off the clip, you're going to come back to the first side of the barbell, squat down to grab it, and then walk it up. Walk it up, walk it up, walk it up. Now I have the barbell over the top of the plate. Reach the bottom of it, grab that barbell, and you just take it off like that and put it back where you found it. The setup and the takedown easily takes the most amount of time and is the most cumbersome for the hip thrust. But what I've found in my lifting practice is to not rush it. When we're lifting heavy weights and pushing ourselves effectively, we need a long rest interval anyways. So there's no point in rushing the takedown and the setup. It's part of your rest in between sets. I'd rather you do good quality sets than be rushing around in between. So I hope this video helps. I know it's a little bit of step-by-step action, but this should make you feel more comfortable hip thrusting in the gym, especially when there's not already a hip thrust setup. If this helped you, please like this video, comment below. Let me know if there's anything else I can help you with in the gym, and make sure you're subscribed if you haven't already. Again, my name, I'm like tired after that. Takedown. It's an exercise in itself. But anyways, I'm Doc Holly. I am a physical therapist and an online trainer. So it's nice to meet you. If you're new here, I hope to see you next video. Bye.